Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS. I am on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I must start today's morning show. So Pep, when they talk about who go win the title race, who go win the title, all those kinds of things. So you got to say for him, he did too early. Make person dey talk say maybe na Arsenal go win am or na Man City go win am or na Liverpool go win am or he come dey make reference to say some weeks ago shebi everybody don already talk say Liverpool don already win the league but today now no be Liverpool go win am again. So that's the point wey he dey make because say 3 weeks ago Liverpool already won the league, no? But not now. So Pep Guardiola said it's too early to make judgments about which side will win the Premier League because I watched the video when they talk plenty things. So make everybody just calm down. It gets a lot of things will still happen. A lot of twists and turns will still happen for this title race. So now the person who can get the biggest squad because injury will affect everybody. Everybody touch everybody. So now person who can like get the depths. You get sometimes you even get the depth, but you need luck. You need luck to go your way. You can outplay your opponents. Like 1 million shots, you will score one. But you like say the universe dey against you. So that's why we need to be very, very careful. If they listen to the rhetoric coming out from the likes of Jimmy Carragher now, Gary Neville, everybody talks say Arsenal get the squad. Now the new narrative now be say Arsenal get the squad, they get the manager, but do they have the character? Now the character to go the entire length and breadth of the season? Do they have the mentality to stand being chased, like to lead? You say to lead is different from to the chase person with the lead. You with the lead now, you have a lot of pressure on you. So can you withstand that pressure and focus on your games and be going? So that was the new narrative now, but I don't say we will conquer all those. So I mean, I don't fear anybody. Now, away from waiting Pep dey talk, so Darren Bent call talk say him know the real reason why Michael Skelly no dey really play for Arsenal this season. When I come dey read the entirety of the report, I think say Baba wan talk something very, very serious and grave. He called it saying that because of Calafiori form, that is why they drop Michael Skelly. Who don't know this one? Everybody know this one. So when you say you know the real reason, I want to say maybe now something else you get. The truth is Calafiori has been good, and make I even refresh our memory. We bought Calafiori to come and play ahead of Michael Skelly. Now because of the injury to Calafiori, make Michael Skelly come aside, come start to the play. Because when you check am, Calafiori before any months he don't get injury, the day some kind of awkward injury go slide, the leg go stretch, some kind of things will go international break or give an injury. But in recent times now, this guy has been very, very fantastic. He no going to get injury again. He going to really show that Italian mafia will be. Yes, he's not the fastest of players, but he himself know how to keep people quiet, even though you are fast. In the leverage on your own strengths because he know your weaknesses already. And for the fact say people like Gabriel Magalhaes go see the help him in case him go forward, Magalhaes go control that left side. Yes, for the defense. So in fact, for me, I'm not really worried because both Michael Skelly, both Calafiori, all of them are our player, that our own good. So if one they promote, another one go enter. Okay, if you got to complain about Michael Skelly, the play, what you want to talk about Hincapi? If Hincapi can't come back, what you go happen to him? Sure, we will play 3 left backs in one game. Sure, you go put Michael Skelly, or you go put Calafiori, you come back Calafiori, put Michael Skelly, come back and put Hincapi. I'm here, I want to do it. Because Arteta has already said this in the press conference that Pierre Hincapi is going to be back after the international break. I be sure you not forget to talk like that. So when the guy now comes, where will he play? Probably I can suggest or I can project they go the rest Magalhaes now. Some kind of matches we say we don't win 2-0, 80 minutes to go. They will just bring Hincapi, make come play left side, left center back. Now then they play for a country. Which is better than Colombia, British country that again. Now then they play left side, left center back. That's where he plays for his country. So now another avenue to help out Magalhaes to rest. So in some games, maybe cup games or some kind of games, Champions League after we don't qualify, you might see a backline of Hincapi, Pierre, Mosquera. The possibility is very, very high. You get that is what we are talking about when we talk about depth. So that's what it's supposed to be. So it's honestly for somebody who hasn't played so much, He has been brilliant, like for us against Olympiacos, because he got his body in the way. He drew foul. This drawing foul self, I'm not gonna you notice it. Manchester Sky like to put himself in front of defender. The young push and spoil go fly, go down, referee go blow. Like he did draw fouls where he was comfortable in possession when he stepped onto the midfield. Then I mean, he's such a talent, and the only reason he's not playing at the moment is because Calafiori has been incredible. So that's the only reason. We all know this. So it'll be like one great expose he gets. Now, away from that, Gary Lineker can share your own thoughts on Victor Gyokeres' prediction after he watched the game against Newcastle, West Ham, watch the recent games. Yes. So Lineker thinks Gyokeres will start to score more goals for Arsenal. You get. So during the look at infield, say, because he was saying this on the Rest is Football podcast, so he said really bad what Gyokeres will do. And in fact, I also think that even though he has not banged loads of goals in yet, but he's got his fair share. Gyokeres, I think he gives Arsenal something different. He gives them a threat behind, which creates more space for the midfield and even the wide players. And he's aggressive with his running, and he likes to spin, and he attacks the space in the box. The goals will come for him because with his service that I think he will inevitably get, particularly now that Saka is back in the mix and looks like his old self after his injury. So I think it's quite promising for Arsenal. I think we might be in the season for a really good title race. Waiting Baba the talk, I subscribe to it 100 because if somebody came to my DM, I was telling him that Sachu, see you observe, see, these days people know they really gang up Bukayo Saka. Instead, they gang up on Gyokeres. See, Gyokeres, they take up much of that ganging up to free our wingers. Very, very key. And that is why we bought him. You get one, if you watch one defender, watch the match against Newcastle, almost everybody did with them. Lachelle, so almost everybody. Dambono, everybody at some point. They'll go even that Malik Top. All of them, they will disturb the guy because they know how good. In fact, in record, when you don't do already for Sporting Lisbon, they speak for him. So people, they look that record, they feel say, oh, this guy is dangerous. Even though they never really light up the place for the EPL, but his antecedents, they speak for him. People know he's good. If you give him a chance, if he to score, you get. So that's why they don't want to take any chance. Compared to when we don't get any striker before. When we say we know they play with striker, when they play with first nine, you get. How many times don't say that they can go up on Havertz or deal with Havertz the way they deal with Gyokeres physical, like the physical part too. We are saying, me, I never seen him before, and it is a good thing. Even like I share, I probably talk say, in fact, they ask, I say, who in thinks will win the Premier League now? Out of Liverpool and Arsenal, based on the way both teams don't play this season. So, should I don't say initially when the season starts, should I say now Liverpool will win the league? But with what don't happen, I know several people don't change their opinion now. You get so. Should I call the talk say, well, the way it been with Michael Richards for the studio, say I'm not going to change my mind for now. You get say after a dozen games, like 12 games, so we go decide who we go think say. By then, everything will don't clear. You don't know okay who get the clear pathway. But I'm being mightily impressed with Arsenal. Get us and as stated, Arsenal only 1 point ahead of Liverpool right now, even though slump side are experiencing something of a slump. You get so more just a watch. You get many people don't change their mind and Arsenal gets and I would say Pep said they talk. It is too early. What you have to do right now is make sure you are close to the top by Boxing Day. December 26th, Boxing Day, ahead of the New Year. Once you enter the New Year like this, Baba, if you know they're close to the first again, it's hard sometimes, so it's hard, you get, so catch up. Because then everybody go down better. Some people go don't even strengthen for that January. But January now like a breathing space. Yes. I don't see many people like Chelsea now. Chelsea go on strengthen again. Liverpool go on fix some of their defensive problems. Show me. Say they will come back from Maguire. So now whether Crystal Palace will really come sell or they will say no, they know they sell. I don't really know. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. Now, based on the achievements we Pep do, we say he don't get 250 wins in lesser games ahead of the likes of Wenger and Sir Alex. Because Alex said then they don't achieve this milestone, but Pep did it with lesser games. So God doesn't go invite Sir Alex and Sir Wenger for dinner, make them celebrate because now people say the achievements we didn't do, now people say don't achieve them. So in they meet them now for what they do. So now what's in about the talk I myself well, now good thing. Yeah, good thing. Now, away from that, so Chris Whitley, when they talk about what Bukayo Saka, they talk about in critics. Now, you know, say most times critics will criticize Bukayo Saka, say the guy they limp, any small you don't they limp, any small you don't they limp. What's happen? It's a physical game. Yet, so Saka called it, say it's part of it. I have blood on my hand, my nose is bleeding, my shorts are all blood. Then after they say I'm limping, well, it's a compliment. As a creative player, a winger that wants to dribble, you are going to get kicked. It's up to you. You have a choice. Do you get on with it or do you go down? I always make up the choice to continue. You get. I know be like the banter about Bukayo Saka where, but the normal thing, Saka they call it a lot of kicking and shoving and the guy they try for us, but that wouldn't sign up for and they pay and we get no be free in the door. So now in career be that go they keep them away. Now, according to the Mirror, so Thierry Henry going to explain one huge Arsenal difference where Arteta never ever gets before since he being Arsenal manager. Because Thierry they talk about the Champions League game way back at with PSG. They say PSG from the bench, they bring in Goncalo Ramos, can't win the game. So Henry Pollard say, you see the way that game go. He was speaking on the CBS Sports Golazo show alongside Jamie Carragher and Michael Richards. So Henry dropped a hint on his prediction for his former club when discussing the importance of having a good squad to choose from. When talking about Goncalo Ramos' impact off the bench for PSG after his win at Barcelona, Henry said, I do believe that you go through a season. When you go through a season, you need your bench. This is why I think Arsenal this year have a big chance to win stuff. Because the bench can change the game. You get. Now my question is, now we say don't give Arteta the bench, making the runner. In previous seasons, so you know get all this bench, all this quality. How did we expect him to have won the league in previous seasons? Because now everybody understands, say yes, we get the team to win the league. Does that mean in previous seasons we didn't really have the team to win the league? If that be the case, why were we now pushing him and pressuring him to win the league when we know he didn't have the equipment and the tools to get it done? On like a rhetorical question, let me ask, because I knew the pressure Arteta was facing last two seasons, without the injury. In fact, the game where they beat West Ham. Do you know that Sky Sports going to compare? Hey, I don't know where I see that picture for download that. They're going to compare the people who are on the bench for that match compared to the people who are on the bench for this West Ham match. Baba, on that bench, the only senior players who did there, if he change something, now Ben White. Ben White and one other person, I don't forget the person's name. Compared to this bench, every say you will see bench, you will fall. Bench craze. So we made the bench. You will see men, you will see Martinelli. Martinelli say no matter man, first 11 member, you will see him for bench. But you don't know how we have grown. How we have developed. And that's so it's supposed to be. But it's quite unfortunate. Imagine this squad will get like this now. Imagine we had it 2 seasons ago. Imagine we had it last season. Honestly speaking, what do you say for happen? Because now we are in the realm of speculation, but wait till you think, say, the time you talk, wait till you say for happen. Say this squad will get now with the depth. You carry and go last season. All of 19 games, people carry Saka miss. Then on the magic he can't do they play for us. How it is say for B? But this time around, we can only wish, because if wishes were horses, beggars will always ride. So that's what you just be. It don't happen. We say it don't happen. You just have to move forward. That's just it. Now, Mikel Arteta's private behavior emerges from Arsenal figure. One Arsenal senior man really talks say he know Arteta gone. Say the Arteta will sit for press conference for Arsenal, maybe the real Arteta. Say Arteta is a very, very gentleman. Get. Say from my experience as a player, when you are happy with the media will hang you. It is exactly the same for a manager. If you are happy and positive, they will hang you. And that's limper. Now they talk all this thing. So say outside of football, Arteta is not grumpy at all. He's actually very happy. I've met him a couple of times, and when he's doing interviews, that is not the real Arteta. That is the professional Arteta. You can explain, say Arteta is very honest. He's very always honest, and being honest and happy and doesn't really go hand in hand, in my opinion. You get okay, being honest and happy don't go hand in hand. Okay, he's dealing with the media in the right way. In fact, at some point, you can explain, say all the players and Arteta at Arsenal, they are all media trained. So I don't think he's awkward or grumpy. He's a modern day manager and has to be the way it is. If not, the press is actually going to hang you. I mean, if I don't observe this and say all the players for Arsenal, they are media trained. They know they talk anyhow. Our players. You know, go come for press conference. Like all this Sancho will come outside for media, come talk another thing. And coach will talk another thing. All those kind of things. Garnacho will talk A, Amorim will talk B. For Arsenal, everybody there on the same page. Even if you have disagreements in the dressing room, go to the manager's office. You don't come and air your dirty linen, wash your dirty linen in the public. Now, which I don't understand for Arsenal, they know the jabber anyhow, and that's very, very true. Now, away from that, imagine the centre back injuries which Chelsea get. So they say Chelsea no go for Maguire for January, but just imagine Enzo Maresca currently has 5 central defenders unavailable for selection. Levi Colwill, Tosin, Wesley Fofana, then Badiashile and Josh Achipong. This Josh Achipong and this Badiashile, now 2 of them get injured for Liverpool. Imagine 2 of them same match. So how Chelsea want to win the league like this? So then no follow. They don't come outside. Now, Jay Calafiori talk say for this league so far, almost them give Declan Rice 100. So that's the best midfielder we don't see. Because in with Gary Neville they argue, Gary Neville say na Casado, but if say Omona Rice, say apart from scoring goals, making tackles, Rice they make some kind of passes. Say Rice too good, yes, but everybody na preference. Some people will choose Casado, everybody get who don't want to choose, so you no go force anybody to choose the person we choose. So with that being said, let's bring the message from one of our sponsors. Mobile World Associates and Co Limited. They provide construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shop protection works. They are also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you call them on +234 80 34, and they're located at number 7 Kennywood Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the day, number 5, Pep Guardiola will be Manchester City manager. They say it is too early for anybody to say maybe Arsenal, Liverpool, or Manchester City going to win the league. So make everybody calm down. It's too early. Say 3 weeks ago, everybody saying that Liverpool don't win the league already. Today they don't win that. Someone just calm down again. All right, with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to call the channel. It's like come your way later in the evening to give the evening news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like get outside, guys. Ciao.